Welcome friends, welcome to MuniMeterHealth, your premier source for learning and educating all about the human heart and cardiology. Very briefly, we're going to be talking about today, what are the components of blood? Well, blood is a life-sustaining fluid which is flowing through your heart. It's being pumped by the heart, obviously, and it's continuously flowing through your arteries, veins, and capillaries in every single nook and corner of your body, in every single tissue and organ. So the beauty about blood is that it's actually a life-sustaining fluid which is carrying very, very important substances. One, obviously, it's predominantly consistent of plasma. Two, it also has lots of good cells. Plasma is in turn composed of water. We'll write it as H2O predominantly, but it also contains extremely important proteins, and it also contains some electrolytes. We'll call them lights. The cells that are cells which are suspended within the plasma fluid, there are three types. One are the red cells, as we know. They're also called erythrocytes, and they are primarily carrying oxygen. Their function is to carry oxygen, and we'll discuss more in detail later. The white cells are the next group, WBCs we call them, and they are the leukocytes, leuko implying white, so you won't forget that, leukocytes, and they fight infection. So remember, they are your soldiers, so they fight the infection if you were to have a cold or a virus, etc. And then the third group is the platelets, which are very important cells also. They are called thrombocytes, and the thrombocytes, they are responsible for clotting mechanisms. In other words, if you were to have a bleed or a scratch, or you fall down and you hurt yourself, immediately the platelets are the first line of defense. They get there. So in a schematic form, quickly, I wanted to show you exactly what it looks like. So if you were to draw the, say right here, the vessel where the blood is flowing through, and in this direction you will have plasma, which will be the liquid form. That will be a suspension, and that carries all the water, proteins, and electrolytes we just talked about. The red cells are in millions and zillions all over the place, and they are actually suspended within the plasma here. And then you have white cells, which are not as many in number, but they are the lines of defense for your infection, just like we talked about the infection here, the red cells and the white cells. And the third group is obviously the platelets, and we'll show in different color here. And these are also primarily thrombocytes, which are responsible for your clotting mechanism. Okay, so in a nutshell, you've learned about the components of the blood, and we'll discuss more functions and many other important parts of the heart and blood at a later time in my subsequent videos. So stay tuned on MuniMeterHealth and